When it comes to customizing your quick access toolbar, and again they call it that because you can quickly access the tools or commands that you place upon it, as opposed to coming down here and bouncing around from tab to clicking on a command here, then another tab, clicking a command there. Just go ahead and place your more popular ones, or the ones that you use more often, up here, having your ducks all lined up in a row where you can go ahead and just click on it and execute it, again without coming down here and bouncing around from tab to tab. Now there are many ways you can go ahead and add commands to your quick access toolbar. One way is to click on its drop down arrow, and you got a list of some of the popular commands like quick print. Click on that, adds it to the quick access toolbar. And what that does is that if I go ahead and double click and open up any one of these objects like my books table, and I go ahead and click on it, it automatically shoots it right to the printer because again it's a quick print. It doesn't give me the little pop-up window that says, okay, how many pages do you want to print, do you want to collate it, and so forth. Let me go ahead and close out of that. So if I don't like the quick print option, go ahead and right click on the icon and you can remove it from the quick access toolbar and it's gone. Click on the drop down arrow again, and if I don't see a command here that I want, I can go down to more commands. In fact, there's two other ways besides this way that you can get to the same window. Let me go ahead and close out. You can also right click on the quick access toolbar and go down to customize, brings up the same window, or if you're in the Backstage, click on the File tab. Now I'm Backstage. Go down to Options, and under the categories you have Quick Access Toolbar. Be sure to go ahead and select it, and it pulls up the same window. Now over to the left-hand side, we got a list of more popular commands. Over to the right, we have a list of the current commands that are found on our Quick Access Toolbar, and there's 3 of them. 1, 2, 3. So if I want to add more, just come over here and select one of them, and click Add. Adds it over to the right-hand side. Better yet, let me select it and remove it. I can double click and it dumps it right over. That's a lot quicker. And then out of the popular commands, if I scroll down and I don't see what I'm looking for, change it from popular to all commands. So I have a view of all the commands that are available, and it's sorted alphabetically A to Z. So there's the A's. Let me go ahead and scroll down to, let's try to find the open command so we can open up databases. There it is. Double click, adds it, and then when I'm finished, now before I go ahead and click finish, you'll notice these commands that are already up here, they're kind of close together, aren't they? They're so close and tiny that I can accidentally click on one when I meant to click on another. So what I can do is I can add what are called separators and give me some more spacing in between these commands. So let me go ahead and scroll all the way to the top, and there's my separator command. So if I double click, I've added 1. I can add more if I want. Let me add, how about 3? So I have 3 separators, so I got a big huge gap between open and redo. Well, you know what? I would like to keep these two together, but not in between the undo and redo. So if I need to move these around, let me go ahead and select redo. I can use these up and down arrows. Let me push this up a couple of times so I can keep it next to undo, but I don't want them so close together, so I'll take a separator and move it up and bump it in between undo and redo. And then how about if I up the first and second separator? So I've got some spacing in between my commands here, so they're not so close I accidentally click on one when I meant to click on another. Click OK and boom, there you go. So a separator looks like a line, and I've got 2 lines or 2 separators in between my close. If I hover over it, it says close database, and there's my open. Then I added 1 separator in between my undo and redo. So that saves me time if I want to close out of my database here. Instead of clicking on File, going down to Close Database, let me go back up and click on the File tab again so it takes me back to my front view. I can just go ahead and click on the Close Database. When I do that, it closes the database but not the Access program. Now the open doesn't work because I currently don't have a database that's open. That command's not available, but you know what? It's right there, so I might as well go ahead and just click and use that. Takes me right to my exercises folder, which is nice. So I can go ahead and double click and reopen my books. And then when I have my books opened, if I want to go ahead and open up another database, there's the shortcut Control O, or I can click on the open folder. And let's open up CI2 relationships. Double click on that. You'll notice that when I do that, the title changes from books to CI2 relationships, of course, because that's the database I opened. It also closed my previous database, the books. It doesn't keep the books open and then squeeze the relationships in. When I do it this way, you can only have one open at a time. So anytime I open up another one, like books, it closes the previous one. And again, in my Windows 7 training program, for every window that you have open up here, down on the taskbar you have a corresponding button. I only have one button. That's the corresponding window for this database, so I only have one database open. That's my books. And then finally, other way that you can add commands to your Quick Access Toolbar is anywhere on the ribbon. So for example, let me go to the Create tab. We've got some active commands here. I can go ahead and find a blank area in a group if I want to add a group to my Quick Access Toolbar. For example, if I right-click and I want to add that to the Quick Access Toolbar, it adds the icon. I know it looks like the table icon, but really it's the group, because when I click on it, it gives me the group. It gives me the group of icons that I can go ahead and choose from. Or if I want to more specifically add the actual command in the group, like this table, right-click on it and say you want to add it. Now I know there are two icons here that look the same, but they're different because, again, one that I click on gives me the group, and the other one I click on actually creates the table. Well, it opens up and gives me a blank table to work with, and I can add all my fields to it later on. Let me go ahead and close out and not save that. So there are many ways you can add your commands to the Quick Access Toolbar. And again, to remove them, just right-click and get rid of all these so it doesn't look too junked up. Thanks for watching. Hey, as a quick reminder, if you like my video, please give it a thumbs up. You can also click on me and subscribe to my channel to get notified of the latest videos. And for great specials on my products, please see the description below this video.